So we're going to check out both parts for Dickie and Duane in this tune, and we're going to do it just section by section. I'm going to play with the backing track both parts so you can kind of hear it, see it in the context, and then we're going to break down afterwards. So let's give that intro and what I call the A section, the first theme, a listen, and then we'll see what's going on. We'll do the same thing to the other sections. This tune is all revolving around A minor and the A Dorian mode. And let's start off with Duane's part, right? We're not going to get too into any improv theory, that kind of stuff. I'm going to make a later video that's going to actually be focused on Duane's solo from the Fillmore show, breaking it down kind of theme by theme, kind of taking that approach there. So keep a lookout for that. I'll put a link in the description down below. And I have the tabs plus the backing tracks for both, one with Duane's part and one with Dickie's part, also for purchase down below and on my Patreon page, where you can get that plus everything else I've got for a subscription fee. So let's check out Duane's part, because this is actually a little bit more of laying it down. It's a little bit of the lower part. So he's playing the rhythm part at the beginning here. He's playing an A minor 9. Right, just these right in a row, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he's going to just an A minor triad, back to this, and then playing these three over here, playing like a D chord. So it's basically like A minor for a measure, and then A minor D, but playing with these fancier chords. And of course, playing more than just once. I'm just putting that kind of like a loose guide. And some of these articulations, as we'll get into it, are not meant to be like this is exactly it all the time, because of course they would always play it ever so slightly different, but it'll give you a good kind of framework of what's going on. So that's what he's playing during the whole intro, while Dickie does his solo over it. We'll look at that in a second. And then coming into the A theme, we've got playing around with an A minor pentatonic. Right, so look at these little bends in there. These little full bend here and a little half bend. And then we've got this part. Right, it does that again twice, and then the third time it goes up. And then this is the part where it's really different. So he's going up high, harmonizing. This part again. But this time, it's different. It's longer. You get this little diminished thing. So, sorry, it stops on that C right there. So you can think of this as a C diminished chord, an A 1 2. Doesn't matter. It's real kind of mathematical thing. It's where if you play a note, you go up 3 frets, another 3, another 3, another 3. That's what they call a diminished arpeggio or diminished 7 arpeggio. And that's that spot right there. And once you get that in your fingers, it's an easy thing to kind of play, although this does go pretty quick, so you gotta really get it down really under your fingers. But it's a very distinct sound. And then it goes into the B part, but of course before we get into that, let's look at Dickie's part. So during the beginning, he's just improvising around, so I'm not going to go over any specific kind of licks and stuff he's doing, but you know, one thing I will say is he's mostly just focused on that A Dorian sound, right? So I got that all mapped out there, you see? And he's doing a lot of volume swells. You can try it, you know, with your volume knob here. I'm not very good at that. I like to use a volume pedal, and that's just a big distinct part of that sound. And some little bends and then little scale runs and stuff like that. But it just does that over the intro until getting into the A part, which starts off like this, the same. You know, he doesn't do that hammer on. Maybe there's little tiny differences, but overall, the beginning part of it is they're in unison, right? Or I'm sorry, he's pulling off there. Then he's mixing it up here. Now it's harmonizing. That part's the same. So just like they're in and out of harmonizing and stuff. Does it again, right? And then the third time we've got. Right there is that, like a full bend. It goes really quick, really cool sound. And the diminished thing. So it's the same exact thing what Duane was doing here, just 3 frets lower. Like I was saying, that 3 fret thing, and it just ends up harmonizing together like that. So really, really cool sound, and that gives it that tense sound, which sets it up to then go into the next section to the what I call the B theme. Let's give that a listen and we'll see what's going on with it. So for Duane, we are just playing around an A minor pentatonic thing, and it's going to go up to 3 frets. We have right, does that again, and then you just move up 3 frets. It's the same thing, except right there, the rhythm is a little different. It's a little more drawn out, and then everyone does that together. So it's a key thing to make sure you get that. And then back to. Right, that's it. Now for Dickie's part, he's just doing the same stuff. It's just higher up, so it's all harmonized. You've got. Does it again, and then the higher up, we got up 3 frets. And then we're that little different rhythm. And back down. And that's it for the B part. And then let's listen to the last section, the C. So for Duane, we are down here, and it is playing around with a flat 5 and the 5. So it's like a blues note, but the way it's played, it doesn't really sound that bluesy. It's a little more kind of exotic sounding. So we've got there it is. Yeah, so full bend there. And then everybody, right? So that little thing going down to an E7 sharp 9. People think it's a Hendrix chord because he used it so much, but it's just a chord. And that sharp 9 is right here. It's what gives it that harsh sound, and it resolves perfectly back to the A minor. So it's that really tense sound right at the very end, right, to get the peak, and then resolves it to go back to the A minor for the first solo section. So that's what Duane's doing there. Let's check out what Dickie's doing now. So he's just higher up, going here. So he's doing the same thing into the A. except higher up for the bend. And then we've got same chord there, and then it's off to the races for the solo section. But that's all we'll look at for the parts. There's a couple little things here and there around the solos, but nothing too crazy or too important. But they are all there on the charts. So if you're interested in getting the backing tracks to go with it, to practice each part and the charts, again, check out the link in the description down below, or the link for my Patreon, where you've got that plus everything else. You can play through all the stuff I've made, and if you stay at Patreon and subscribe, everything I'll make in the future, for every 2 videos I make a week, a backing track plus a lesson. So have fun with all that, and I'll see you in one of the next videos.